Hey everyone, Will here again at PayCrete LLP. Just getting started here. We've got back to our dashboard here at John Doe Construction. We've entered our employees. We have our jobs set up. We have gone over time. We've entered tasks, job types, and expenses. Now, just wanted to run through some quick reports, and you guys are off and running. So again, here's the dashboard. We have some activity on here now. In this blue box here, we have employees in the field. We have 3 employees in, which we know we created already. It says it's 100% of the workforce, so if that was 2, it'd be like 66%, 2 out of 3. We have 1 active job in progress. For those of you that have multiple jobs going on at a time, you can constantly see what jobs are in progress. We have our month-to-date income. We've finished 1 job. We've marked 1 job finished that was worth $4,500. This will also compare with last month, and that's a pretty neat feature that we've added. Income per man hour has not been calculated yet because for sampling purposes we don't have any hours under that job, but once you complete a job, that number will change. And then again, the graph is right here. You can see it's starting to fill out. So we have some income here on the 13th, and when we hover over that, it shows $4,500 as income and labor cost at $990.09. So right here on the ongoing job snapshot, you're going to see a list of your jobs, the values, and man hours to date, 37.4 hours. Again, all of this is only viewable by admins. So your average employee, even if they're a user, will not be able to see any of this dashboard. They're only going to be able to see the time clock. So right here, your trusted administrators or users will be able to see this dashboard and be able to gauge your business alongside you. So we have our hours here on this job and our exact cost. Now if I refresh the page, this will update live. So now we're at $996.90 on our payroll. So this is going to be constantly updated live. So anytime you go to your dashboard, you'll be able to see where you're at on what jobs, and this graph will pretty much show you where your labor is. So let's go over here to reports. Again, in the left pane here, on your phone, this will show up underneath these 3 stripes here. You click on that and your menu shows up. We go to job costing. This will be a listing of all your jobs, the type of jobs they were, the duration, the value, the total labor, the different tasks that went on in that job, and the amount of hours that each of those tasks took, and then your materials over here. And it will constantly update your gross profit on that job. So pretty neat here. You can filter it by your job types. You can also export this report to Excel. Pretty neat. Let's go to the cost code productivity. We don't have many stats in here right now for sampling purposes. Again, when you complete a job, it will tally up your totals here. So as you complete jobs, you will see average hours per unit and the units per man hour start to fill out. You will also see your average cost per man hour on each job task as it pertains to your job types. So this is a pretty neat report that begins to fill out pretty quickly when you start to use this program. Employee efficiency is pretty neat. This is going to constantly update and give you units per hour and experience hours. So if you have employees that are due for raises after 2,000 hours performing a task, you will be able to see that live here. So if you want to see how long an employee has spent doing a particular task, such as jackhammering or pouring on any given job, and see how many units per hour they produce. So that would be square feet per hour per se. So that's pretty neat. There's a lot of algorithms in the background that figure this information. So as you enter your jobs in accurately and your employees clock in and out, even with some minor room for error, this report is going to be pretty darn accurate. So again, lastly, we have the account page down here. You can always go in here and edit your account information. You're going to see your other employees down here. If you want to make an employee an account manager, you can simply click here and make them an account manager. That can always be undone, So if they're an account manager, they'll be up top, and you can always remove them from that list again. Quickly, let's run payroll here. It's always going to show your current pay period. So I have a 2-week pay period from Monday the 5th through Friday the 18th. So it'll show me this pay period. It has days worked, raw hours, which are their total hours without deductions. Then it shows their break deductions, which are exact 1.13. I believe I put in 45 minutes worth of break time per day. Then after deductions, it will show your payroll processor or yourself, if you're running payroll, your regular hours in one column after deductions and your overtime hours in one column after deductions. Then lastly, in the last column, it will show your total payroll. Now again, this is completely, you can go from any date to any date. It defaults by taking you to your current pay period. So if you want to go to your previous one, simply change the dates. So you can always change the dates. You can click Run Payroll, and you can always export this to Excel. So you can send it to a spreadsheet and send it off to QuickBooks, or send it off to whichever processing program that you use. So let's go back to the dashboard here. This is probably updated, and now we have $1,000 in payroll so far today. So this will always remain live, and there's a lot of features on here, so get on and play around and give us some feedback. I appreciate you stopping in.